The October 2nd work session will be canceled due to the conflict with the VML annual conference that many of you will be attending. Second, our next work session in November, we have on the agenda, speaking of minimum housing, review and update of our minimum housing prioritization list. Again, we present status of what projects and what work has been done on the list of 25, which projects have come off the list, and then properties that have been recommended to be added on for your consideration and approval. Next, November 6th at 4 p.m., we settle on a time for dedication of the city park gazebo in memory of County Assembly. If that's okay with the time and date for everyone, we'll proceed with that. And then finally, for meetings, we're still working on a possible date for a joint meeting with the Allen County Board of Supervisors on the various joint projects that we've been working on over the past several months. Any questions on meetings intervention? Moving on to general update. First of all, I want to recognize Benny Van Ness. He is recently retired after 23 years of service with the city, primarily at the wastewater treatment plant. I encouraged Benny to come to our meeting to be recognized, but he did not want the attention. So we gave him some recognition today, and I sent a picture to the newspaper. Next, I want to bring to your attention that we have reimbursed Allegheny County $217,000 in wastewater funds. It's due to a county accounting error. It's an honest mistake. They brought it to our attention, requested that we refund that. We discussed that with staff. We discussed that with the auditor, and we felt that was the proper thing to do because it was an accounting error. So we sent that check to them last week. So you will notice that the fund balance on wastewater is not quite as thick as what it was presented a month ago. Next, as you recall, last month we had several residents present concerns about the 323 Walnut property. We worked with the mortgage and property management company to address several of the nuisance issues there, and I'm pleased to report that that property I feel is in considerably better condition. I went today and looked at the property. The city contractor has mowed, picked up litter, and done exterior pest spraying, and then the property management company has removed garbage from the property and secured the property as well. So again, I feel like we've solved that, at least in the meantime, and hopefully it'll make for a better environment for the adjacent neighbors. Next, we met 2 weeks ago with VDOT representatives and city engineer to discuss various issues, concerns related to the Thacker Avenue walkway at Walmart. If you remember, we applied for state funding to have that replaced, and it was not approved, and we wanted to explore how we should proceed with that, with all the work that's being done on the Bluff project. VDOT encouraged us to apply for 3 different funding pots that could potentially replace that. So my recommendation is that we not do anything on that walkway except for some minor maintenance, and then apply beginning in the spring for QAP funding to make that happen. Next of all, I want to thank Chief Morgan and his staff for a considerable amount of hard work in preparing the EMS license application. We have received that from the state, and we are now in the process transitioning to a new model, providing 2 paid staff at all times and phasing out our contracted service. Any questions on that?
And that includes having to relabel, whatever you call it.
Yes, we will be restriping the embassy over the next 30 days. And again, I want to reiterate, that was a state requirement. This is mandated by the state to do that, so we'll be getting that done. So I also want to reiterate, because I know we've had some questions on second calls, the 2 paid staff will handle, I feel very well, the first calls, but the second calls are still, and other second, third calls are still an issue, and I feel that's really a critical role that the volunteer rescue squad can play, so we can still respond to those residents' need. Just happen to occur when there's another call.
Now, will we have Tim and Dwayne as a backup in case
Yes,
we
so-
don't get coverage?
So in addition to the volunteers, we have restructured staff to where during the peak times, Tim Yancey has moved over to the fire coordinator position, but he'll be available during the week, during those peak times, and then as well as the EMS coordinator to answer those calls as needed. He won't be a primary responder, but he'll be secondary. In addition to that, plus the volunteers, we're working out an agreement, mutual aid agreement with AMR out of the hospital to also come and respond. So we feel like we built in multiple layers, but I can't emphasize the critical need to have the volunteers fill that role. Two more things. We met last week with representatives from TAP to identify potential land bank properties and procedures for the land bank. If you recall last week, you adopted the land bank and it's in the third in the state, so we're optimistic that we'll be able to take some vacant properties and properties that have houses that are in need of repair but salvageable and put them back into productive use. So real excited about the opportunity for that program. And then finally, as y'all know, we're in the process of converting the Edgemont building into a zone and have one business in the property already. We have a second local small drone-related business who is very interested in locating in the property, and we're in the process of working out a lease arrangement with him. So a lot of positive momentum on Edgemont and the drone. That concludes my report.
On the house on 323 Walnut Street, city contractor was used to mow, pick up litter, and do exterior pest spraying. Will we be reimbursed by the lien companies?
We are sending copies to the mortgage company. They've been very receptive. I mean, I spoke to them directly to make sure we had this thing on the right track. And we will be sending those bills. I actually got those today from the police department. They're on my desk. And it's in the neighborhood of $300, but it's money that we should get back.
We should get that back.
We encourage. So
That's what I wanted.
they've been very receptive, and we've been very fortunate that we got this thing on track. It just happened to be that the property went up for foreclosure sale, I guess, a week after, within a week of the council meeting. And so we didn't have a long period of limbo of who had ownership. And of course, there was no one that bought the property for sale. He immediately went back to the bank. I called the bank the next day. Had to review the comprehensive plan, so I had time to be on hold and get bumped around. But I finally got the right person, and we emphasized all the violations, and they were very willing to work with us and had the property inspectors out within a couple weeks by the end of August.
On the TAP land bank properties and procedures, is the land bank something that could be used by Hope to develop the property that they're interested in developing?
We've offered that as a solution for the property. I believe Hope wants to develop that property themselves. And, the land bank, they develop those properties specifically by themselves and their contractors. But we've encouraged Hope to look at that option.
Have we identified any properties in the city that might be suitable for the land bank?
Yes, but I don't have the addresses. We did a site visit and looked at some properties on Marion, along Highland in that area. We want to keep it initially to really more than 3 properties. And it could be a combination, maybe doing a vacant lot and two properties with structures on. Any suggestions from y'all as far as what should be the first properties? Because we want to have a successful project with the first one. So any ones you're aware of and particularly want us to take a look at, please let me know.
And how does TAP get in possession of the property?
we will have to, we don't have ownership, we have to transfer ownership to them. It'll be a contract with a period of time for them to make the improvements, and I think for the majority of the properties that we're interested in, we want, so have to go through a tax foreclosure process and take ownership.
We have to have ownership of the property to turn the property over to TAP for them to redevelop it into.
Or we act as an intermediary between the property owner and TAP.
Okay.
So either way.
Clear my head on that one.